Tonight the topic is loving kindness, and I'm going to reference Pema Chodron. Pema Chodron is one of my favorite Zen monks. And she has a lot of stuff on YouTube. She has a lot of stuff, written a lot of books, a lot, like tons of stuff. And her stuff is so nice, and it's so down to earth, and it's so real. Like, she is extraordinarily authentic. She just is in touch with herself, in touch with her emotions, in touch with her and I would say in touch with now. Right? She has an extraordinary ability to be able to communicate that presence that she feels and that she is. Right? So if you haven't seen any of her stuff, you haven't read any of her stuff, check it out. Like this talk is inspired by Pema Chodron. She has a beautiful loving kindness meditation on YouTube. So, what is loving kindness? And the challenge of the week this week is to do something kind every day. And you can choose to do that kindness to yourself, to somebody else in your life, or to society in general, right? There's many levels of our beingness and how we interact with the world, so we can extend that love and that kindness out to all of those levels of the world. So we'll do that in our meditation tonight. But first I want to talk a little bit about the love that we can extend ourselves, because I do believe that unless we feel loving kindness for ourselves, it's very hard to feel that for others. So when you can be with yourself fully, when you can breathe and accept, when you can forgive yourself for your imagined misdemeanors, and I'm saying imagined because it's about yourself, so you get to say, right? Can you forgive yourself for the things that you did wrong? Can you forgive yourself for your failures? Can you allow them to be turned into a challenge that you're overcoming in the present, right? Not something that you failed, not something that you did in the past, but how can you overcome that right now? What is it that you can bring to your awareness? How can you accept and surrender the thing that has happened in order for you to bring yourself into the place that is now and to bring yourself into the place of flourishing? The surrender to what is, and the allowing of yourself to be free and to be happy and to be loving of yourself is something that's a skill. It's not something that we innately do necessarily. I guess some people might do it, but most of us, I think, don't. Most of us beat ourselves up with all of the negative thoughts that we have, and we tell ourselves that we could have done better, that we could be a better person, we could do this better, we could do that better. And that might be true, we could do those things better, but we don't need to beat ourselves up with a hammer about them. We can just shine the spotlight of curiosity on those things and say, well, that didn't go how I wanted it to go. How could I change that in the future? How can I be gentle with myself as I'm on this journey of exploration, on this journey of improvement, on this journey of bringing myself to excellence in whatever sphere I'm looking at? How can I bring myself to excellence in a way that is graceful? I was teaching a Tai Chi class yesterday, and we were talking about the amount of tension that one holds in your body when you do Tai Chi. And there's a specific posture, single whip, where a lot of people hold a lot of tension in this wrist right here when they're holding their fingers really tightly together. And this is a really soft position. Like it's almost like you've got a string holding you up from your wrist here, and then you just close your fingers just until they're just touching. Just like this, just those 3 fingers, and this little finger just sits here. Right, so and then your elbows nice and relaxed, your shoulders nice and relaxed. There's hardly any tension in here at all. And when I start thinking about applying that principle of only holding as much tension in my life as I need to be in the position that I am, then it gives me access to letting go of anything that's causing me tension in my body. It gives me access to just being with only what needs to be there. And when I can be in that relaxed state, when I can be in that relaxed state and allow myself to be here in the present, love is naturally present. Kindness naturally flows. It's a joyous state to be in. So when we allow ourselves to relax into what is, we can really truly be joyous and free. And I don't think it's impossible to transmit joy and freedom and love and kindness to other people if you're not in that state, but it makes it a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier to be able to transmit the love and the joy and the kindness to other people when you're feeling that yourself. So in the loving kindness meditation that we do, we feel it for ourselves first. We get into a state where we can feel that relaxation, where we can feel ourselves. And we can choose love and kindness, and we can choose to express love and kindness to the other people in our lives and to the world in general. I did a solo silent retreat for myself one year. I took 5 days and I went backpacking out into the back of Beyond behind Santa Barbara. And one of the things that I discovered at that moment in time, leading up to it, I was really worried. I was like, am I going to be able to find the peace that I'm looking for? Like I really want to find peace when I go on my silent retreat. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to find it. And I was like holding on to this thought so much. I was like, I really want to find it. And I was starting to get agitated about, not being able to find the peace going on my 5-day silent retreat. And something really funny happened, because as I was driving away from my apartment, something just fell away, and I was like, oh, I'm actually going on my retreat. Yay, I'm really going on my retreat. And I just relaxed into it. And in that moment, I was like, there's peace. There's peace right there. So when I was able to relax, that feeling of bliss, of peace, it's like being in a room and having veils in front of you, and you can reach out and just shift the veil and touch the thing you want. It's right there. The veil's in front of it, but you can just shift it and touch it. You can just shift it and touch it. Whatever it is that you want, you're in a state of the relaxation, whatever you want is right there. And in this experience I've never ever forgotten. And then I went on my 5-day retreat and carried on the rest of my drive. I'd literally been driving for less than 1 minute when this experience happened. So, and I've never forgotten that. And that was 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I forget exactly when I went. I think it was 8 years ago. So that's something that I have to keep on reminding myself, right? Every time that I want to find a state of being, whatever that state of being is to let go of whatever tension I'm holding on to, whatever I'm holding on to right now, and just breathe for a moment. And then the other thing that I'm looking for is just over here in my reach. So I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to lead us through a loving kindness meditation tonight. It's a little different from the one that we normally do. That's okay. A little bit longer talking, but we'll also have time to sit and be with that as well. So let's prepare for that. So find your comfortable place to sit with your spine straight, chin parallel to the floor, eyes closed, slightly upturned. Hands can rest in the fold of your hips or on your thighs. We'll start with all the breath out. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Slightly longer than the inhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhaling. Taking a moment to connect with your breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Start to exhale any tension you may be holding. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Last exhale. End with a double exhale. Allow the breath to come in. Allow the breath to go out just naturally. Now, as you're breathing in, allow love to enter your heart. And each time you breathe in, you're breathing in more love and light into your body. Keep breathing it in till it fills every cell, every pore, every space in your body.